Hi, I'm Brad DeRoche, and welcome to my series on sight reading on the guitar. In today's lesson, we have moved on now to lesson number 14. So you've been at this for a while here. I'm hoping that you're sticking with me and really learning the notes on the guitar. In today's lesson, we're going to focus on the very high register of the guitar. And on this sheet here, it would be the register all the way over here, the very high register. Now this register isn't used near as much on the guitar as are the lower registers, the low, middle, and high register, but it is used primarily on the first and second string, somewhat on the third string, not so much on the bass strings, but you still need to know it. You never know when it's going to be called upon. And as music gets more and more complex over time, more and more modern pieces are going to ask us to use these notes, I'm guessing. So anyway, we need to be professional and know our instrument well. And so that's your job today as we kind of close out our boot camp part of learning the notes. So today, very high register. So that means we're going to add 3 new notes to our deck of cards. These are the last 3. And as you can see here, we have G, A, and B. And the G this is the 15th fret, 17th fret A, and 19th fret B. And as you'll notice, what I've written on the back here with these, there's only one place to play each note. All right, so there's only one register you'll find these in. So these top 3 notes here, in terms of music notation, you can only find on the first string. They're not on the second string or third or any other. Okay, so that simplifies one part of our task today. The notation of notes on the first string can only be found in that spot. All right, so what I would do is the same thing we've done with previous lessons when we were learning new notes. You limit your deck of cards, in this case, to starting with the lowest notes here, the G and A. Right here, those were the ones that we started out on the third string with, right? But now those are going to be our lowest notes. So anything lower than that, you take out of the deck. All right, so we're just going to deal with G, A, all the way up to this high B. So this is your deck of cards. We'll include only those notes in it. And so you take those notes and you do our kind of standard procedure with it. I would start with the string groupings first. So the lowest one would be the notes G, A, and they would be here. You take those 2 notes out of the deck and you look at those and you think, okay, G on the second line of the staff is found here on the guitar. A, that's on the second space of the staff, is found here on the guitar, and so on. And you read through, you take your individual strings, so your string sets. So the 6th string set would be only 2 notes, G and A. You look at those, put them on your music stand, and play those a couple of times. Put that set aside, and then do the next set, which is going to be the 5th string. It's going to have the notes B, C, and D. And so then you look at the notes B, C, and D in music notation, and you associate those with a specific place on the guitar, B, C, and D, and so on, until you go through all 6 of your string sets with 3 notes in each grouping, except for the bottom one, which only has 2, G and A. And you go through until you get really comfortable looking at the notes on each string in music notation. All right, once that's done, that's step number 1. Step number 2, you can shuffle the deck and just pick random notes. So any one of those notes in that group from the very high register, when you pull that out, you play that note only in high register. That is the focus, is just learning the notes in the high register. So when you pull one of those notes out, it has to be found in that spot. So here's my example. I'm going to take the first one off of my deck. And so this note here, it's an F, and that is going to be found way up here. So I have E, F, 4th string, and 15th fret. So you can also look on the back of the card. It should tell you that on the back of the card. That note F, the highest register, is going to be 4th string, 15th fret, in case you forget. But don't hold it like this. You're looking at the string and the fret first. You just want to look at this side. So when you look at it, you have to think, oh man, where is that F on the guitar? Right there, 15th fret. Okay, so you do random single notes in the very high register. That's the second step. And then the third step could be a group of 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 randomly selected notes. So you shuffle the deck, put 3 cards down, and then you just play that little 3-note melody wherever those notes are found in the high register. And that would be it. Once you've done that and you feel pretty comfortable, you can do that well, you're ready for the very last day of our boot camp. And that's coming up next. So I will see you in the next lesson, lesson 15. Cheers.